Hey everybody, Ben here from the Bonehead podcast and welcome to Star Player Spotlight. So what we're doing is we're going through all the star players released in the Blood Bowl 2020 rulebook, looking at their skills, their stats and their teams, along with the special abilities they've all got. And today we're going to be looking at Willow Rosebark. So Willow Rosebark historically was able to be taken by the Halfling team and performed as a kind of low-level bruiser to add a bit of extra strength, and thematically it kind of worked as well, Treemen plus a strong Dryad. That has changed. She's now been promoted to the Elven Kingdoms special rule, which means she can be taken by Dark Elves, Elven Union and Wood Elves. So what we're looking at now is something as a bit of a blocker for your high edge teams rather than a little big guy for a stunty team. So let's look at what Willow Rosebark brings to your team. So first of all, 150,000. So we're looking at elf teams here. 150,000 is not a huge amount for a star player and is not a huge amount for inducements. On the one hand, elves tend to bloat, but on the other hand, they tend to die. So it is very feasible you're going to be playing with a 100, 150, maybe 200k down, even in a balanced league. And what Willow will bring is that massive strength 4, which is so useful for elves. So apart from the Wood Elves, elves don't get a big guy. Willow Rosebark for 150k can bring a little bit of extra strength to your front line. So movement 5, strength 4, agility 3+, which is nominally average, passing 6+, not really a problem because you shouldn't be passing with star players, especially Willow Rosebark, and armor value of 9+, which combined with one of her skills, Thick Skull, means that as far as a strength 4 piece goes, she is pretty resilient. Strength 4, armor 9+, and Thick Skull. She should be tough to block out and should be sticking around. When you paid 150k in inducements, you want that star player to be there for the whole game, and that is pretty tough to beat. Skills wise, Loner 4+, which is exactly what you expect from a star player. There are a couple of really good ones where you get away with a 3+ Loner. This is not that case. No combat skills at all. So with strength 4, you're realistically getting 2-die blocks quite a lot of the time. But no block, no wrestle, no brawler, no juggernaut, no combat skills at all. And combined with Loner 4+, it's naked dice basically, or you're risking wasting a reroll. So it's really tough. That strength is lovely and will always be useful on defense. So don't feel bad about buying 150k to put it on the line to just soak up blocks and to add that strength. That is fine. If you're already in a good place with rerolls, players, you don't necessarily want to take a mercenary blitzer because you're down one or something like that. Having 150k of strength 4 on the line with Thick Skull, armor 9, not bad at all. Combine that with sidestep, so her skills Dauntless, Loner 4+, sidestep and Thick Skull. Sidestep means that if she is on the defense, you will be able to dance around and keep that strength 4 exactly where you want it to be. So if you jump in and want to make a play on the ball carrier, you don't necessarily have to blitz with Willow. You can put her near there, and then on a defensive block, you can use that sidestep to skirt around and position her in a place where actually a 2-die block is going to be really beneficial to you. Dauntless is going to allow you to take on a big guy. So a lot of teams have the advantage of if someone else is running a big guy or a ball and chain, you can gang up, go for a big block, especially against ball and chain. That's very useful because you knock them down, they're out. You can't do that with elves. Willow Rosebark with Dauntless means you actually can go on the offense. So if you are playing against a star player, the Verminator, or just a Goblin team with a ball and chain, Willow Rosebark is in a really good spot with an assist to jump in there, Dauntless, take it down. If you want to have a crack at an enemy big guy, Dauntless could be really useful. If you want to just get a big block, strength 4 is going to be useful. You are going to suffer that Loner 4+ with no combat skills though, so beware of that. She does have a special rule. So Willow Rosebark's special rule is called Indomitable. Once per game, when Willow successfully rolls to use her Dauntless skill, she may increase her strength characteristic to double that of the nominated target of her block action. So you don't even need to declare that. If you want to go and you move in 2 assists, take on a big guy, and you're blitzing with Willow, you roll that Dauntless. If she gets it, you immediately go to 3 die block instead of 2 dice. Now it's once per game, but like I said, if you're trying to take out that ball and chain, or you're trying to knock down that Minotaur because it's hurting your team, boom. Dauntless, a support, getting that Indomitable on the successful roll, huge block. So Willow in that regard does add a lot of muscle to your elf team. So let's look at models for Willow. Obviously there is the Forge World model, which is pretty nice. You've got the cool little spikes flying around. There's a lot of detail in that. On the downside, it's going to be £20+ from Forge World, including postage for a single model. I do have a recommendation for an alternative, which is this model from Windsor Chog. So you guys will know I'm a huge fan of Windsor Chog miniatures. This Dryad is £8. Normally postage is about £3. So for £11 you can get this really well sculpted and really quite nice miniature. I will put the link of our unbox and build, which we've recently done for it, somewhere around the screen or maybe just in the details below. But please go and have a look, because if you are after a star player miniature for Willow Rosebark and you don't want to go the Forge World route, this one you will get nice and quick, and it's a really good alternative. So that wraps up our star player spotlight for Willow Rosebark. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Willow, what team you think should be best in, what build you think should be best in, and really just what you're thinking of the star players for Blood Bowl 2020 so far, because I am really enjoying them. That'll be it for me today, and we will be back soon with another star player spotlight. Thank you.